Nigeria's Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Mr. Wale, has expressed strong support for the newly elected president of the African Development Bank, Dr. Sidi Otar of Mauritania. Speaking with Rise business correspondent Bosin Omafai during the Afdb annual meetings in Abidjan, Edun commended the outgoing president, Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, for his transformative decade-long leadership, stating that Adesina elevated the Afdb's global profile and impact. Let's take a listen.
And voted along with them such that at the end of the day, there was an overwhelming vote in favor of me, Mr. Sidi Otar, and it portends well. African Development Bank, we wish him the best of it outcome. We look to the future with this. Well, I think, as I said, the agenda is to bring resources, encourage support, and financial and additional financial participation. As it is, the African Development Bank disposes about group and processing about $6 billion per annum in these loans and credits, etc. That is too small when you think of the 50-odd countries in Africa. And so the number one item on the agenda, I think, is to bring friends, bring supporters, bring financial backers so as to increase the financial strength of the African development land. Secondly, governance is always important. Strict adherence to the rules, regulations, and procedures that have been laid down and agreed by the Board of Governors and indeed the shareholders. And thirdly, in order to have impact, in order to help implement projects that reduce poverty, that lift the people of Africa, there must be implementation, robust, speedy, and effective implementation of the designated projects that have been approved at Ford Levy.
Is its President Bola Tinubu pleased with the outcome of the Afdb our new president's election?
I think we went into the annual meetings. We went into this election for a new president of the African Development Bank on the back of constructions and the strategy and indeed the direction that have been laid by Mr. President. So we didn't arrive in Abidjan without a game plan. We followed that game plan strictly. Of course, we amended and we adjusted and reacted to the conditions on ground and to the pattern of voting that we saw. But at the end of the day, it was Mr. President's plan was implemented, and it was successful in not just putting in place a new president of the African Development Bank that had Nigeria support, that we had singled out as the candidates to back, but also at the same time, we also displayed the leadership of, in particular, the Africans at the Afdb, which meant that we helped to build a consensus. We helped to unify the disparate tendencies behind one candidate, and of course, the non-regional members of Afdb, the Europeans and the Americans and the Asians, etc., they saw the trend and saw the unity and the single voice of Africa, and they too fell in line. So all in all, it was a very good exercise, and as I said earlier, it was led by Nigeria.